You know, the big sports stars come from places like Foxrock and all of these. They have rugby people sponsoring the whole lot. We have one of our own here from the north side who's as good as anybody else. She's our Katie Taylor, so a round of applause then for Kelly. Thanks very much.
Janie, how do I go from there? Just thanks very much for having me here today. It's an honour to be here, and especially the week that's in International Women's Day is on Friday. So to be here, that's why the question I asked straight away when I came in was, I know there's a few men here by the way, but I was like, is there any men who work here? Is this all the men? Yeah, blessed are we among men. But yeah, so today I just wanted to come out and just explain a little bit about myself and being a woman and in a male-dominant sport, about what I've been through and where I come from and so on, so on. So I'll wake you up when I'm finished at the end. So I'm from Portland Row. I was a member with the old credit union on the North Strand, and then obviously now it's members first, so I'm still here. I started boxing when I was 14, 15. I was basically hanging around at that age, getting up to all types. Have any of us any kids here? Yeah. So you probably know what they're getting up to and what they're not getting up to. So yeah, so that was me when I was that age. I had nothing really going for me in my life at that age. Nothing around the area, bar boxing clubs, and in the inner city there's no horse riding, abseiling, sailing, you know, and even if there was, sure, my mum and dad wouldn't have had the money to send me anyway. So boxing it's cheap, it's cheerful, and I mean, you can go to the club and they say, I haven't got my subs this week, and that happens for 4 weeks, 4 months in, and then they're like, don't worry about it, Kelly, you know, keep coming. So I kept going to the boxing club after I eventually got in. They wouldn't take girls for a full year, but I kept going, because I knew I needed to do something with my life, hanging around getting up for no good, my ma chasing me around the streets for God knows how long, you know, boxing was me saviour basically, it saved me. So I got in and I got a fight, I think I was in the club 3 months, and they decided, right, they had me training separately than the men, so they says, right Kelly, we'll let you train with the lads and see how it goes. I was like, great, start training with them, and then he said, you have a fight now next week, and I was brilliant. Never ever, I'd never sparred, had never got hit in the face, had never hit someone apart from my brothers, I'd never, apart from that, I didn't know what it was like to be hit by another person who actually really wanted to hit you and hurt you, So I was like, yeah, great, fight, go down to Cavan. So we all go down to Cavan, and I'm in fighting this girl, and literally, I'm not joking, I hadn't got a clue what a boxing stance was. I was all over the shop, and I'm boom, boom, 1, 2, she catch me, and I'm like, oh, gee, Mac, the tears flying down my face, and I'm she's hitting me really hard, why is she throwing all that out on me, what's going on? And then I hit her and I go, sorry. I was like, sorry, please don't hit me back extra hard for that. So the fight got stopped, 3rd round, the fight was stopped, and I was like, what's going on? And they were like, no, the fight's over, Kelly, you know, the girl who I fought won on a TKO 3rd round, and I was like, what's going on? The tears were flying down my face, I was like, I can't believe it, I've sobbed all the way home. I said, I'm going to stick it out, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to train hard and fight that girl at some later stage. So I trained for a year, and the club then was like, listen, it's now Cavan's turn to come up to Dublin, and I was like, brilliant, get the girl up and we'll see how it goes. So she come up and I fought her, and I this time I could actually, I was able, I'd taken a few punches in the face in the meantime, so I now knew what it was like. So when she come up, we fought, and it was in my own club, so we had the Dubs there obviously, and they were all behind me, and my ma and my family and all that. So I beat her there and then, and it was just the feeling of that, from being stopped in the 3rd round, and I mean, as an athlete, it's only 3 rounds in a fight, by the way, to go to the 3rd round, to the last 30 seconds in the 3rd round and not make it, it's just I mean, you would have rather them call it short and just let the fight be over and just lose it. But to lose on a TKO was just gut wrenching. Like, so to get that win was amazing, and then I could keep going on and training and so on. So I kept training, and obviously everybody knows Katie Taylor, and over the years, like, Katie is a phenomenal athlete, and over the years she had her father in her corner. He was basically guiding her in life, in boxing and everything. But I was grown, and she would have been my role model coming up, and I would have looked at her and I would have been like, I want to be like her, I want to be like her. I never got the opportunities that she got at that stage. There was a lot of barriers in my way, like political and so on throughout boxing. Like, so I never got the opportunities that I should have got when Katie was around. And we went to the World Championships in 2016, and Katie, she was trying to qualify for Rio. So we were out there, and she was at 60 kilos in Olympic weight, and my weight wasn't an Olympic weight. I was doing 64. I hadn't got the confidence to move down to 60 at that stage to fight Katie. So we both went away with a full team. She was 60, I was 64. We both went out. We both brought back 2 medals from the World Championships in 2016. I genuinely did not expect to get a medal then. Like, I just thought, I'm just going to go out here and give it everything. Like, if I get a medal, it would be great. Like, but I got out there, got a silver medal, and like, I don't know, like, life has changed, like, for the better. But to see from that silver medal, the work that everybody around me has put into me over the years, and from not getting the respect and, you know, the chances that you deserve, to now in 2016, to people actually starting to take you serious because you've brought back a medal, and people are like, maybe, like, she is actually good, like, you know. So I got that medal. People started to take me serious. Katie went to Rio, and when she went to Rio, things didn't pan out the way people expected it to. She then turned professional, and then I moved down into the 60 kilo spot where she had been. And I still think that people didn't really think that I was going to, you know, become anything. But I'd been training away and keeping my head down all the time, and only people who were around me knew how hard I trained and how hard I wanted it, and everything that I had given up for sport. Like, and I'd gone to the European Union in 2017, and I'd met the same girl. I got to the final of it, and I'd met the same girl who had beat Katie in the Olympics, the Finnish girl. And for the first round, I outclassed her in the first round. Halfway through the second round, I was beating her. Halfway through, I just died a death. Like, it was like someone just flipped the switch and says, right, we've had enough of this now, okay, just go to sleep. And then I was used as a punch bag for the next round and a half. So I left there with a bit of a bruised ego, and I was like, good, I didn't get the gold medal out there, but I kept going and came back then to the Europeans again last year, and I met the same girl, she's like a thorn in my side. I'm not joking. So I met the same girl, like, and she's fantastic. Like, went into the fight. This time, I thought I won the fight. We all thought I won the fight. It was a completely different fight. Everything had changed. Tactics had changed. I stood with her. I fought like I really wanted to win, and I didn't get the decision. We were very, very shocked, but this time now she knows she has a real fight in her hands. So the next time when I meet her, it's going to be hopefully a different story. But we were out in the World Championships then, and I thought I was going to meet her somewhere, maybe in the final again. She had been beat. Boxing is a crazy sport because, like, no matter what, like, I might be number one now, like, but there's always someone out there who is better than you. Like, there's always, so you can never just go around thinking I'm number one, I'm the best in the world, and get like complacent being there thinking that you have everything. Like, you don't. Like, there's always someone chasing you, like, just biting at the bit. So what I had thought was, she's going that way and I'm going that way, and we're going to meet each other at the top. But she didn't. She actually got. I don't know whether she got knocked out or whether she won. I don't know what happened there, but she was out of the competition. And I got to the final then, and I met a girl from Thailand, and I like at this stage I was in the final of a world championship. Like me, Kellie Harrington from 28A Portland Road, like you know, like I'm in the final of a world championship. My country is all behind me, like the feeling of it is just amazing. But when you're there, you don't think of that. You're just thinking about getting one round at a time, getting a minute at a time, and you know, like it's mad. Like so, the fight was up. I come back after the first round of that fight, and the coach was in the corner, and I knew him. He was like, he was white in the face, and he's there with the towel, and I'm like, how's it going? Am I winning? Am I losing? What's the story? Like, and he's like, very, very close, very even, and I'm like, oh Jesus, like this is a replay of 2016, isn't it? Like I was just thinking about, I can't leave now, like feeling the way I felt, because I felt in 2016 I had so much more to give in the fight, but I settled for a silver medal in 2016 because I didn't think I was going to get a medal at all. When I had got to the final, I just settled. I said, no, silver's a silver, I'll be happy with that. But this time, when I, like in that round, like in that minute when he's standing there trying to calm me down in between the round, like I'm thinking, no, I'm not settling, like this is it, like I'm not there giving up everything, I'm going for it. Like if I have to be dragged out of this ring by the feet, I'm going for it. Like so I do not know what came over me, but I just went out and I felt like I boxed my heart out, and I beat her over the next 2 rounds. But I only won it on a split decision, like, and standing there, and then they call like, and the winner on a split decision, and I'm very unlucky with split decisions. So I'm like, no, Jesus, no, not again. Like I just, like if she had just winning it, like I'm winning it, I'd be like, right, fair enough. But I'm just thinking, nah, this can't be happening. And I'm like looking at my coaches going, it's happening, isn't it? And they're just like, and then they go, they called me Annie Kellie Harrington. They're like, Annie Kellie Harrington in the blue corner. And my hands up, and I'm like, oh my God, I've just won the World Championships. Like, what the hell is going on? I just couldn't believe it. Like, that feeling was just from years of like hard work, like really, really hard work, like fighting against the grind, not just fighting in the ring, but outside of the ring for respect from people who don't think women should be boxing, you know, like who say women should be in the kitchen, you know, like I come on into my kitchen and see. You know what I mean? See, if you're still saying that after, you know, like it's crazy, but that's what you have. Like if people telling you like, no, you shouldn't be boxing, then people come up to me and they're saying, yeah, I box, and they're like, you box? Women shouldn't box, like, and there was a they done a place from Japan come over, and they done like a little documentary thing on me, like, and they were around the area and they were stopping people and, you know, like asking them about boxing and about women's boxing, and the amount, like, I'm looking at it, the amount of men, like, and a lot of the older generation, like, you know, saying, no, women shouldn't be, no, that's violence, that's aggressive, you know, like, and I'm looking at it going, oh my God, like, he's lucky I don't know him, do you know? Like, I'd have to change his mind really quickly, like, you know, like, that's what we've had to put up with over years. We've all had to put up with it, haven't we, in some way, shape or form, like, but for us to be all here now today and we're all still fighting for something, it doesn't have to, like, I might be fighting for respect in the ring and trying to get my goal, but everyone is chasing something, you know, like, and I'm just glad that, like, it's working for me, like, because I keep going and because I have such a drive in me to I don't know, probably, like, to be the best, like, and to yeah, do you know, like, that we can do it, like, we're not a label that someone just puts on us, like, we're strong women, like, and probably stronger than most men.
same time. I feel that.
See, I'm only working every second. Well, I'm out of work now for a while, but I'm only working every second weekend. So I'm working in St Vincent's in Fairview, the psychiatric hospital there. And my job is just like giving out the dinners to the patients. So I take their order, give it to the catering staff, and bring it up and give it to them. But it's actually so much more than that, because like they're on the journey with me. Like, you know, they get to follow it. Like, and there's things in papers and on the telly, like, and they're all watching it, and like it's like we're like a little family, like, you know, like, and it's crazy because I feel like I'm at home when I'm in there, and it's a psychiatric hospital. But that'll be a real. And they're people who are they're real, and they'll give me real answers, and they'll treat me like I'm just me, you know, like whereas other people they put you on a pedestal, and I'm like, I don't want to be there, like I just want to get on with my life, and like what I've done, but I just want to get on with my life, you know, like I was going the RTE Sports Awards, myself and Jonny Sexton, and there was a few others in there. We were all in the house for leave it clean now. But he was there, like, and one of the patients says to me when I went in, like, they were like, you're up for a sports star of the year? And I was like, yeah, and like thinking they were going to say, best of luck, you know, hope you get it, like, and they were like, yeah, so was Jonny Sexton, like, but at least you're there, like, thanks very much, like, and I says, what do you mean? And he says, Jonny Sexton's a great athlete. And I'm like, thanks very much, like, you're good too, but like, he's great, and I'm like, right, whatever, like, you know, but that's what I enjoy doing, you know, like I love going into it. I was meant to go into work on Sunday after I done my hand, like, because after every elites, I fought in the elites there 2 weeks ago, it was the national championships, and there was no one in Ireland to fight me. They'd moved up and moved down weights. I don't know why, it's crazy, like, but we had to take a girl in from Sweden, and when we took her in, like, I done my thumb in the second round, so I broke my thumb in the second round, and it's a 3-round fight, and all I could think of was like, oh my god, like, this girl's after coming all the way over to Ireland, and my thumb is broke now in the second round, like, I can't pull out now. I'm just gonna have to use me left hand, like, so I literally just had my left hand, and I was like, oh, like, I didn't even know, but people said, like, you couldn't notice that it was broke, because like when I fight that way, so I use that hand as me lead and that hand as me back. But then I just changed, and I was letting it on to use that, so my hand was. And then I was trying to throw that one from behind. I just couldn't believe it. But I was meant to go into work the next day, and obviously I was getting my hand sorted out, and had to ring in and call in sick. And it was on TG4, so they were all watching it, and I was telling them, like, listen, we'll have a party tomorrow when I come in and all. Like, I was talking to them that day, like, I says, I'll be in tomorrow and we'll have a party and we'll get to karaoke, you know. So they were all looking forward to it, like, you know. So I had to ring in sick, and then it was like, oh, you won't be in? I was like, no, my tongue is broke. Alright, there's no party, so my tongue is broke. So that, I miss that bit now that I don't get, because that's me, the escape from boxing, like, is going into work, like, I don't, without sounding like I'm a ball bag, like, I am a ball bag, but like, not like a PE party or anything, but I don't go out socialising. I've literally given everything to the sport, because I mean, realistically, I'll give another 4 years to boxing, whether that be amateur or professional. I'll give another 4 years, and then I'm out, like, then I can do what I want after that. October, so that's a qualifier for the Olympic Games. So that's the big one. Like, we have the European Games, which they're like a mini Olympics. I've never been to one before. They're in June, but I was speaking to my coach yesterday, and he was like, them European Games, don't be worrying about them. That's a preparation competition for you. Like, whatever happens out there happens, but that's not your priority. priority is the Worlds in October, like to try and qualify. Top 4 will qualify, so
No pressure.
no pressure. Yeah, pressure's for tires. So yeah, so that's where I'm at now. Like, so it's all about trying to control your ape, as I was told, like attitude, preparation, and performance. Like, so just trying to. So yeah, so things like that, you know.
Well, the best of luck.